Hello and welcome to Dawn Chorus Writes, a Miraculous Ladybug lyrical fanfiction. This one is called Shivers, based on Ed Sheeran's song, and is the first one of Marichat Monday, where each Monday there will be a new Marichat one-shot. So I hope you enjoy it. Smash the like button, comment down below what you think, and make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out, and enjoy. Shivers, Chat Noir's POV. What's a princess like you doing out at this time of night? Chat wandered over to Marinette sitting on the park bench, sipping some sort of creamy drink from a late night cafe. The late summer night was the perfect temperature, with the warmth of the day lingering in the air. From the ground, he couldn't see the stars, wishing he could convince her to join him on the rooftops above the streetlights. Even though he had asked her every time, the answer was no, telling him there was no better sight than the one from her balcony. And yet, tonight, the park held a touch of magic he couldn't deny, with the golden glows highlighting her beautiful features. "Hey, kitty." She glanced up at him under her eyelashes that made the butterflies in his stomach stir. He enjoyed the effect this woman had on him. But today there was something wrong. "What are you doing here?" She smiled up at him whilst giving her drink a little stir, distracted by her thoughts. "Nothing really, just out for a stroll. Couldn't settle tonight, so tell me, what has got my princess lost in her thoughts when it's way past bedtime?" He added a little smirk as he planted himself beside her on the bench, draping one arm over the back of the seat where she was sitting. "And what on earth are you drinking?" "Oh, some sort of summer strawberry drink thingy." She held it up to her lips as she took another sip. The scent of sugar and strawberries was inviting. That's exactly what you need before sleep, more sugar. "Don't drink shame me, kitty." Finally, she gave him a cheeky smile, mirroring that of his own. "It's one of those nights, you know what I mean? Even without the extra sugar, I don't think I could sleep." "What has got you so restless?" She leaned towards him, adding the smell of butter and vanilla to the cocktail. "I don't know. Anything, everything. So I thought I'd do a quick patrol, and I'm glad I did now." He leaned in a little closer. He hated the fact Marinette had friend-zoned both Chat and Adrian, especially now that they were older. At 22, she had lost that nervousness around Adrian and became good friends. But as Chat, there was something different, a spark that gave him the shivers. A sound in the distance caused them both to shift in the seat. "Was that?" Marinette stood up and glanced around the park. "An Akuma? Possibly." He felt the ground shudder under his feet and let out a sigh. This little meet-up will have to be postponed until later. "Come with me. I'll help you get somewhere safe." "Kitty, I'll be fine." She placed the last of her drink in a nearby bin. "I think you are needed elsewhere." She gave him a reassuring smile. He knew she was right. LB will be somewhere waiting for him, probably waiting to come up with a plan. However, the thought of leaving Marinette exposed in a park with an Akuma victim nearby didn't settle well with him. "I know you can handle yourself, princess, but it would give me peace of mind to fight whatever it is, knowing I didn't just leave you in the park, okay?" Shaq grabbed his baton from his back when a crowd of people swarmed towards them, fleeing from somewhere coming from the opposite direction. "Oh, looks like it's coming to us instead." "What are they doing?" Marinette pointed at one couple and then another. "This isn't the time for kissing, they need to run." "There's always time for kissing, princess." He couldn't help himself, instantly regretting it as soon as he saw her eyes roll. Not exactly the response he was looking for. The trees on the edge began to break apart as a heart amok floated through the space. Marinette pointed out in front of her. "What is that? What on earth? A heart?" She spun around, searching for something. He glanced around. There was nothing to climb to get a better sight of the situation, and then he noticed, what should he call it? The heart monster? Yeah, that would fit. Okay, focus. It passed by the couples and went straight for the people running away. "Shat, move!" Marinette called out, reaching her arms out in front of her and yanking him towards her as a beam of light barely missed him. "We need to leave, now." She slipped her hand down his arm to his wrist. "Wait, trust me." He grabbed her around the waist and pulled her in tight before she realized what was happening, kissing her intensely enough that the amok would believe them. He never thought their first kiss would be like this, forced to happen by a creature of Hawkmoth's making, and yet he couldn't help himself leaning in a little deeper as she kissed him back, her hands resting on his chest as he cradled her head. For a moment, he had forgotten what was happening around him, lost in the embrace until a scream sounded out further into the city. "Shat." "Sorry, there was no time to explain. I realized the heart monster wasn't attacking the kissing people and took a chance." It almost sounded like a line he would come up with. Lame. "Oh, yeah." She sounded distant with the glow of the street lamp. He could swear she was blushing. She had kissed him back, hadn't she? Or did he imagine that? But oh, the taste. I took an arrow to the heart. I never kissed a mouth that tasted like yours. Strawberry and something more. Yeah, I want it all. "Shat, the Akuma, you better go." "I'll be fine now." "Yeah, okay. I bet LB is waiting somewhere. Be safe, princess." It was now a strange awkwardness when there wasn't one before. He gave her a brief wave that felt foolish straight away and pressed on his baton, flinging himself into the air. He landed on a nearby rooftop, taking a deep breath, and tasted the sweetness of strawberries still. "Okay, focus. Akuma, battle, then you can process." He followed the sound of the screams, and then the massive floating heart wasn't hard to miss. But where was the villain they had to fight, and where was Ladybug? He edged closer, jumping from roof to roof, trying to get a better angle when his lady joined him. "So what are you thinking?" she asked, not looking at him, but rather the scene in front of them. "I was in the park downtown patrolling when it hit through. It seems to avoid open, affectionate people." He cleared his throat. "But I haven't seen the akumatized victim, so my guess is that they're in there, like Reflectador had been years back. Wow, that seemed like a lifetime ago. I made a pretty good Mr. Bug that day, I like to think. Okay, Shat, we'll head down memory lane after we beat this thing." There was a curt undertone that wasn't like her. "So, what's your suggestion?" "If it's like that doll, then there's a way to open it." She threw her yo-yo into the air and shouted out, "Lucky charm!" He had been right, and before he knew it, Ladybug had captured the amok and the Akuma. "Sorry, Shat. I'm a bit distracted at the moment." "It seems it's the night for that feeling. I'm here, LB, if you ever want to talk, but right now, I think there's somewhere I need to be." "Oh, okay, yeah, me too. And Shat," he turned round one last time, "thank you for your understanding." "Anytime, Ladybug." She zipped off first as he headed back to the park. Maybe Marinette would still be there waiting for him. He had no such luck. The streets were bare and the park was vacant of bodies. There was only one other place you could be. There were moments in his life he wished were more like you saw in films. Lipsticks on my guitar, filled up the engines, we can drive real far, go dancing under the stars. That one he had already done. It was the game changer to how he saw and felt about this woman. I want it all. You got me feeling like, oh, he had no idea that kiss. It had been everything, but had she kissed him back? He raced along until he found himself on the roof opposite her balcony at a new apartment, now that Ali and Nino had moved in together. He had spent many a night with her here, talking, flirting, and quite a few times curled up in one another's arms as they poured out their hearts. They had done most things that would class them as a couple, but not the kiss. Until now. Oh, I want to be that guy. I want to kiss your eyes. I want to drink that smile. I want to feel like my soul's on fire. I want to stay up all day and all night. You got me. Okay. Now was the moment if there was gonna be one. Shat watched her wander out onto the small ledge, now in a cute short and t-shirt pyjamas, and sipping a hot cup of something. Shame, he thought, wishing he could still taste the strawberries. Hey, he landed on the railings and suddenly found himself unable to look at her, the creeping sensation of heat rising into his cheeks. Hey, kitty, I wondered if you'd drop by. Sounds like you got it all sorted. She bent down and grabbed a mug off the tray, handing it to him. Thanks. He caught her gaze, and instantly the butterflies had returned. Her fingers brushed against his as he grabbed the hot mug from her hand. He had expected the smell of coffee or tea, but was surprised to get the sugary scent of chocolate. Hot chocolate? And 3 marshmallows, just how you like it. She perched on one of the iron seats at the small round table, leaving one free for him. He swung his legs round and joined her, feeling the warmth of the mug seep through the magic. He placed the mug down on the table and leaned forward. She casually brushed the hair out of his eyes. I love it when you do it like that. When you're so close up, you give me the shivers. Oh, princess. You want to dance until the morning cracks, and when they say the party's over, then we bring it right back. Why were words difficult tonight? He hadn't realized her hands were still lingering, tangled in his hair, rubbing against his head. As he went to lean in, she pulled away. A pain he didn't know was possible coursed through him. Marinette? You want to talk about the kiss, don't you? It's fine, kitty. I know why you did it. No, I don't think you do. He raised to his feet at the sudden restlessness. To save me from the mug. He could hear the nervousness in her voice, but if he didn't say it now, he might never do it, and that would be one of his biggest regrets to bear. I have wanted to kiss you for a while now. He stared out at the sight of the Eiffel in the background. If he saw a look of rejection on her face before he could finish, it would crush him. I can't get enough. You know, you could tear me apart, put me back together, and take my heart. I never thought I could love this hard. I can't get enough. His breath disappeared at a touch. Her fingers clung into his arms as she leant her forehead against his back. Kitty, her voice carried on the light breeze. He spun round and cupped her face, her eyes glistening with the glow of the night sky, but he wasn't going to stop, not yet. You got me feeling like I want to be that guy. I want to kiss your eyes. I want to drink that smile. I want to feel like my soul's on fire. I want to stay up all day and all night. You make me shiver with a fire you get. This thing is started. I don't want it to stop. Shat leaned in slowly, counting to 10 inside his head. If she wants him to stop, she could. Instead, as he hovered above her lips, reaching 3, she closed the gap and kissed him. Her hands stroked his jawline, weaving in and out of his hair as he ran his hands around her body and hair and tugging her closer. It was more intense than their first kiss, to the point his heart felt like it was going to explode. Did this mean she felt the same? Does she like him, or is she as deeply in love with him as he is with her? Oh, you're so hot that you make me shiver with the fire you got. This thing started and I don't want it to stop. They broke apart and the words tumbled out of his mouth before he was able to catch them. I love you, Marinette. I have done for some time now, and I understand. She placed a finger over his lips to stop his rambles. Silly kitty. I love you too. She confirmed it with an added kiss, allowing the words to sink into his mind. Really? Really? Could this be true? She loves him. Chat Noir. How? How long? He murmured. Oh, at least the last 2 years, but you never said anything. Not like you did at Ladybug, so I thought you just liked me as a friend. It shocked him when he heard a light chuckle issue from her. I was a boy then. What I feel for you is a deeper love. Always. Part of my soul that I never want to be parted from. He watched her blink as a single tear broke away at first, followed by the rest, and yet her lips held a smile that caused his insides to melt. Are you sure? No take-backs, because I love you so much, my princess, with a fire that burns for you, giving me the shivers. I love you, my kitty. Always have. Always will. She leaned her head against his, breathing a scent of strawberries and chocolate. He was home. Thank you for listening to my lyrical one-shot of Shivers. I hope you liked it and enjoyed, and make sure you smash that like button, please. It really does help the channel, and comment down below and subscribe. You don't want to miss out now on Marichat Monday, and all the other videos to come. So thank you for listening. Bye.